The dust has settled on Ormolu's day, but the ray of the morning light had grown bolder, casting elongated shadows of the tall palm trees swaying gently in the cool breeze. The rhythm rising with the clatter of pots, the crackle of fires, and the distant laughter of children blending harmoniously into the landscape of Mbudu. But Omolu's mind was elsewhere. As he left the sanctuary, the name Mafenwa still lingered on his lips like the lingering taste of ripe mango. He had not seen her in days, and the memory of her laughter haunted his thoughts like a playful spirit. The village square would soon be bustling, and if the gods were kind, he might catch a glimpse of her, perhaps by the palm wine tapper's stall or bargaining with Mama Uzo at the pepper stand. Omolu made his way back to his hut, his bare feet kicking up tiny clouds of dust on the familiar path. He grabbed his woven basket, ready to gather herbs from the forest, a task he had done countless times, but on this day, it felt heavy with expectation. The forest's edge was not far, but each step felt like a silent drumbeat, echoing the rhythm of his restless heart. Mbudu was starting to come to life, whilst the sun hung lazily in the sky, casting long shadows that danced across the dusty paths of Mbudu village.
Mafenwa. Mafenwa.
Good morning, Mother.
Mafenwa was the spitting image of her mother. Suitors had described Looloa as a direct descendant of the goddess of the moon. Words like elegant and opulent would not do justice to how graceful she was in her heyday. Turning a head of 20 was the highlight of her day. She lived for that. Even in her late 40s, she was fine. She could have had anyone for a husband, any king from the 9 kingdoms, the only goldsmith in the 9 kingdoms, perhaps, the leader of the king's guard. She had suitors queuing and begging, but how did she end up with Ndefe, a common blacksmith from Mbudu? For Looloa, life as she knew it would cease should the crown prince pick another damsel during the Nkolu festival and pageant. She convinced herself that she hadn't been too hard on her daughter. After all, no one loves a child more than a mother. Ndefe could not curtail his fury. All efforts to make his wife understand that every human being has a path had been fruitless. A path authored by the great deity Olajime, with mortals just actors starring in a play written by the gods. Although Ndefe strongly believed that the outcome of every play could be altered through supplications, hard work, and a touch of luck, he'd always tell his wife off. Not for being ambitious, though. As a matter of fact, he respected her for that. But he knew that not allowing any avenue for compromise or failure in a quest like this was a catalyst for disaster.
Olonfe denme mawagba, use your tongue to count your teeth, my darling wife. The gods have already chosen the next face of the goddess, my dear, and the wise will tread, proceed, and approach this quest with caution.
His words were as good as the gong of the town crier sounding a warning tone to the deaf. It was music to Looloa's ears. For a dog that will become a stray will ignore the warning whistles of its master.
Good morning, Father.
Aha! That's what I'm talking about. With a smile like that, even the goddess Nkolu herself will struggle to contest against you. Come, I need company and some help to get wood from the bush. Your mother needs it to start making the morning cereal. for a hungry man
is an angry man.
Mafenwa completed his saying as they both smiled and walked towards the bush to gather wood. Mafenwa's beauty was undeniable, but it was her dreams and determination that truly defined her. She was more than the expectations her mother placed on her, more than a face for the crown prince to choose. She was a woman with aspirations to see beyond the borders of Enbudo, to carve out a life that was her own, filled with adventure, learning, and love that was chosen, not assigned. And as she walked beside her father, the morning sun casting a golden glow on her path, Mafenwa knew her story was only just beginning.
Father, how did you charm Mother? Did you promise her the stars or just a lifetime supply of polished iron?
Ah, my daughter, your mother needed no stars. She saw the fire in my forge and mistook it for passion.
Mistook?
Yes, for she soon realized the only thing hotter than my forge was my stubbornness.
And yet here you are, still forging away at life and Mother's expectations.
And you, my dear, are a blend of us both. Your mother's fire and my patience. Use them wisely.
I will, Father, I promise.
The goddess has chosen, but the chosen must choose wisely. A strange sensation creeps into her chest. It is as if the words are meant for her. The wind shifts, whispering secrets only she can hear.